Goldson here, coming with a Inscription old army setup. This one, I've made a little bit of a change to how I approach the old army, more or less in the fact of using rank 2 materials, especially for this setup. And we're going to go through the theory, and then I'll go through a practical leveling guide and setup on the beta at the end. Alright, so Inscription, what's the goal of this build? We want to utilize the concentration to convert materials into rank 3 ciphers, and as a statement, concentration equals gold. So let's look at the reagents now. So first one would be the Codified Greenwood. Here's a screenshot of the final build, or like the minimum final build. You can notice we're using the rank 2 shadow inks here and the rank 5 Arathor spear, which is your herbalism. Using this material setup will punch us into the rank 3, because if you use rank 1 inks and materials, it's just going to take more work to get up to where you need to be. Boundless Cipher is the second one that we're going to be focusing on, and it's the same setup. Rank 3 Arathor spear and the rank 2 Apricate Inks. Here's a final look at. We'll talk about it more later. But the question is, why these reagents, Goldson? Why are you telling me this? Well, I had a look around and I noticed that these ciphers are used in the creation of the crafted gear, meaning the Inscription crafts the intellect staff and the agility staff and an offhand. So being that they're the main two-handed main weapons, and a lot of classes will use that as a crafted item, and to get the max rank you need rank 3 reagents to craft the highest rank. So if you use rank 2 reagents to craft the gear, you can do it, but you're not going to be able to break into that rank 5 area, which if you add in everything, like you add in the new crests for the highest rank gear, you need rank 3 reagents to even get to rank 5. So that's why rank 3, these ciphers are really going to be in demand, and you're going to be supplying gear crafters. So people who want the best will pay for the rank 3 mats 100%. This is true because, even though the crafted staves are not going to be the best you can get, compared to the Vault and Mythic, they're still going to be popular. Because a lot of people, this might be their end game, but 100% people are always going to want, because if you inspect someone and they've got rank 4 gear and you're like, I got rank 5, there's a spirit of competition, even though it's really minute. It's just, it's always going to be there. Alright, so the minimum build for this setup, we're going to have 51 skill. So just quick one, the guide I'm about to go through, it's going to bring you to 51 skill, which is really all you need. 18 skill points from the common tools, and it's going to require 60 knowledge points, so relatively very low entry level to get this set up. And primary stats would be multi-craft ingenuity, but we'll talk about that later. And the maximum build, obviously 100 skill, 150 knowledge points, so an extra 90 points. We can go through that later. And the rare tools. Okay, so concentration, I always run through this quickly. So 1 regens every 5 minutes, or about 2,000 a week. More importantly, I'm going to focus on 1,000 every 3.5 days, so twice a week. 1,000 because that's what the resource cap goes up to. So you want to, when you expend it, you want to build it up to 1,000, then spend it. That's just going to be more efficient, right? Other stats here, 286 a day average, or 12 per hour concentration. All right, step 1, you want to buy 2 common profession accessories. So just not the main tool, just accessories off the auction house. So you can prop some secondary stats for additional gains, basically, if you want. This build doesn't require you to buy any tools, but you can if you want. By the time you're setting up your alt army, these are going to be cheap enough anyway, so why not? Step 2, you want to obtain these reagents. So I've made a little list here, and it's telling you to get a bunch of water. There's your herbs, and this shopping list is relatively easy. There's 8 items to purchase, so I'm going to leave this in the video description. Yeah, so if anything does change, it'll be updated there, but I'm pretty sure we're in the candidate release build at the moment, so because everything seems pretty good. Okay, once you get to step 3, you want to mill the reagents. So I've got a little list here. So basically, all the stuff you made, craft 400 Mycobloom, 200 Luredrop, 60 Orbinids, and 60 Blessing Blossoms, right? And they'll give you enough pigments, and that'll get you to skill 20 once you do all that. So that's the first step. Okay, step 4. You want to craft the inks and ciphers. So we got a list here. So 50 apricot inks. Okay, so apricot. Why don't they make it apricot? Apricate. Anyway, shadow ink 13, Boundless Cipher 17, Codified Greenwood 4. So craft all these in that order, and they'll get you to skill 40 from 20. Step 5, you want to first craft these items. So change your filter to your first craft and just craft one of each of these. And you can equip the Scribe's Quill, and I highly recommend using your concentration. Get you something. If you can get to rank 3, it doesn't really matter. You only want it for the skill. Being that it's an alt army, the cheapest ones are the ones you want. Alright, step 6, you want to craft these until skill 51. Okay, so this one's little bit different because the way the skill ups work, it's kind of like not 100% calculatable. But what I've done here is the next best thing is I'll tell you to craft these missives of Fire Flash. You got enough to craft 3, so craft this until you get to 45, and then you can unlock the next one. First craft the Peerless Missive, and then go back and craft all the missives of the Quick Blade until you want skill 50, because that's the last recipe on the trainer, which is the Vandus rune for the Naraba Palace first raid. So once you complete these steps, you'll get to skill 51. So you will have enough materials. So don't stress. Alright, step 7, you want to obviously, when you get enough knowledge points, so you get your treasures, first craft knowledge points, and then do whatever you need to do to get the additional points to get to 60, and then you want to spend the 60 knowledge points here. So you want 30 in the general skill in Pursuit of Perfection, and then this one here on the left, Ciphers, that's 30 points in there. On the right here, I notice I haven't put any points into inks because this build doesn't require you to. So 60 points, that's pretty basic. 30 and 30, off you go. Alright, so that's the minimum build. Just to recap, 60 knowledge points, 51 skill, green tools and equipment, and then, if you want, multi-craft tool and ingenuity enchant. Up to you. So how to be efficient. The build requires you to log in bi-weekly or twice a week. So for me, that would be, say, a Wednesday and a Saturday. So you would log in, determine which ciphers you'll want to craft. So would it be the Codified Greenwood or the Boundless Cipher? Jeez, I had a memory blank then. So obviously based on price and demand. Yep. So you log in and go, all right, so the Boundless Ciphers are going to be more in demand, so we'll just craft them. And obviously they will be, because the Boundless Ciphers are used in 43 recipes, whereas the Codified Greenwood are only used in 7. But because we're crafting it because we're going to be supplying the gear crafters mainly for the rank 3s, they're about equal. So that depends, up to you. So I've purchased the required materials. So that would be the rank 2 inks, if you want, and the rank 3 Arathor's Spear. Chuck them in the war bank, and then log in. Once you log in, craft as many as you can, twice a week using your concentration. Alright, maximum leveling path. This one here is like 90 points. So this one takes a bit. Notice we don't put any points into resourcefulness. I mean, you could, but I think 150 knowledge points per alt is going to be pretty hectic, as you can tell. But the goal would be to get to the minimum build first, and if you're keen, chuck it into here. So obviously this will just be the increase more procs and craft more over time. Okay. Is it worth the extra 90 points? Well, let's talk about it. So we got here a crafting details screenshot here, and it's probably a little bit harder to see, but in the red writing, it says 2,000 divided by 191, which is how much concentration is required to get to rank 3, which roughly equals about 10, and rounded down, about 10 a week. So per alt you can craft 10 rank 3 ciphers, and if you have the extra knowledge points, you can increase your resourcefulness from 3 to 10, so that's 7% increase. But more importantly, the multi-craft, so you're going to go from 10% to 20%, so you're doubling your chance to multi-craft, which I think is worth it long term, especially when it gets to the later seasons of the game, like season 3, season 4. People were gonna want crafted gear, and yeah, if you get the maximum leveling build way before then, you're gonna be laughing. And in ingenuity from 4% to 17%. Pretty cool. I think that this one's underrated, ingenuity, because but I still think multi-craft's better. Conclusion: how many inscription alts will I have? Good question. So far I'm thinking 10, but still going to be finalized. Just wait for my updated video for my guide for the War Within, or what I'm going to do. Again, I already covered it. Why multi-craft and ingenuity? You know my thoughts. Where's the value? The value is in the demand of rank 3s for the crafted staffs. So people are going to want the max rank, and if you're the inscription, if you have your scribes using all their concentration to pump out rank 3 materials, then the other inscription guys who are crafting, they're going to be spending their concentration on crafting gear or crafting contracts, Fantas runes, etc. But I think alt armies are going to be the ones to supply the market, because the ones that the scribes that are like fully decked out, they're going to be like, nah, I'm just going to buy the shit and then use it to craft other stuff. So for us, we're going to focus on the ciphers. I'm going to give you a little thank you. Hopefully you noticed the audio was improved a little bit. I got my new microphone, and just stay with us, because I'm going to go through a practical guide, and yeah, I'm going to show you. All right, hello, I'm Goldson. Finally get to see the face, I guess. A little bit awkward talking to a camera for the first time, but you're my audience, so I'm just going to treat it like I'm speaking to someone one-on-one. I think that's how people get rid of anxiety. But anyway, nice to meet you. Okay, so we're on the beta, and I've got some inscription tools here already, and we're going to go and test out the guide to leveling it up. So we go and learn inscription, and the first thing, I'm just going to equip the tools. I don't really need, I think in my guide I put just buy the 2 accessories. Okay, next thing is we're going to go buy the stuff from the list, and I'm just going to buy it all and just skip to that. Okay, so I've bought all the materials. It's only 8 items. It's pretty basic. So we're going to go to the trainer, inscription trainer. I'm going to put inscription on our bars. Should be there already. Okay, so first things first is to mill all the herbs. So that's 400 Mycobloom. Alrighty, once you've done all the Mycobloom, you want the 200 Luredrops. So basically we're just creating the pigments, the required pigments for the build. You could buy them off the auction house if you wanted to, but you sort of want to get to at least skill 20 before you go and do that. But knowing me, I'll probably just follow my guide and just buy them all and set up my alts, because this one seems like the easiest one to set up out of all of them so far. Okay, next one, Orbinids, 60 of them. It's good they made a change. It used to be 5 herbs milling, but now it's 10. That's a bonus. They should have a button that says mill all. Yeah, that'd be cool. No, we can't have that. Too much fun. Okay, so it's all the milling out of the way. So now we want to start making our ink. So we're going to go to the trainer. Might as well learn everything from the trainer. And we want to craft 50 of these apricot inks. So 50. We'll just start. For some reason, this little number's buggy. Type in a number, sometimes it works. There it goes. So we're going to craft 50, and I'll skip till when that's done. So I just noticed while crafting this that we had 76 resourcefulness from the tool or accessory, and for the milling it saved us 2 Mycoblooms. Alright, we're just going to hit 50 now. Alright, so we got 50 apricot inks, and then you want to make, 13 shadow inks. So get these started. Alright, so while they're crafting, we're going to go and train all the recipes. We should be level 30 plus by now. So after this should be about 32 or 34 skill. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to, I've already done this a few times to like work out exactly what to craft. Just for when it comes to live, time, it's going to be like a thing. You just want to, especially if you're setting up 10, you want to just get it done, get it sorted, then move to the next profession, get them sorted. Okay, so we've got 13 inks, so we want Boundless Cipher now, which we want to craft 17 Boundless Ciphers. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I did talk about it in the theory, but like we could probably go down here on the list, and you can see, I'm pretty sure it doesn't cancel the crafting. Okay, yeah, so the Vagabond Intellect Staff, okay, that's going to cancel it for sure. Okay, but let's have a look at it quickly. Looks pretty cool. I mean, people want to... shit. How many do we need? We got 7, we needed 17, so another 10. Okay, sorry for that. But yeah, the ciphers, I like the ciphers more than the inks, because obviously the inks, I mean the ciphers are for the gear crafting, whereas the inks, I don't think rank 3 inks are going to be useful, because essentially you got to like use concentration to get a rank 3 ink, and yeah, it just doesn't seem worth it to use concentration, then concentration again. Like you only want to use concentration on the final product, basically. That's my theory of it. Okay, we've got 17 of those, and we want 4 codified, so we don't need many to level up. But if you look at the recipes for these, see how you got on the staff, it's 10 Boundless Ciphers and then 15 Codified Greenwoods, and same on the other staff. So you need more Greenwoods than Ciphers, and so I think you're going to be crafting these Codified Greenwoods a lot more just by looking at this. Alright, so we've done that. We're going to go and train. Right now we're onto the first crafts, and we want to switch to first craft. Scroll up, and we're going to craft each of the rare weapons. What are these level 80 weapons? We just first craft one of each. This doesn't give you any skill, just gives you a knowledge point really. Okay, we've done that. Should be skill 40. Yep. Alright, now we want to craft our Scribe's Quill. So looking at this, we can use our concentration, and you might as well. I mean, why not? So get your Quill. So we can equip that straight away. There you go. And then we'll continue going down the list. So we want the Hasty Mixing Rod. This one's going to be making a lot of these. Jeez, because I'm going to have so many alchemists. Okay, burnt cooking rolling pin. I'm not going to do cooking, it's not my style, in and out of the game. Alright, so burnt... Oh wait, so we want the missives now. So missives of Fire Flash, one of them. Oh sorry, Feverflare. Doesn't really matter. One of each. One of each. Alrighty, now we should be 45 after this. Yep, look at that. Even better. Okay, so we're 45, and we want to pretty much get to 50. So we'll craft one of the peelers, and then we'll craft a bunch to 50. Because once we hit 50, we're gonna unlock the, what do you call it? Banus room? I don't even know if people use that, They probably do, but just seem, what's it, like 3 to 3%, 2% versatility? Not sure exactly. Okay, so we're on the last one now, so this should get us to skill 51. So there you have it. Okay, so yeah, skill 51, what's next? Okay, you want to go around and fly around and get your treasures. So you're gonna get treasures, 24 knowledge from the treasures, and then so 24 plus how many we got for the first craft? First craft is, well, we got 17, so 17 plus 24 is what? 41? So we chuck in points here, and we might as well just unlock it, because it only needs 60 points, so you don't really need much. It's going to be pretty easy. I suspect Blizzard had done this on purpose, so people eventually are going to work out like, hey, we need these rank 3 things to make the staves. So, I've got a shitload of alts from WoW Remix. Let's just dump a bit of points into here and just get these set up to pump them out. And it might explain the thesis of the WoW Remix a little bit, because it's so easy to level up a 70. So if they didn't have that, and then there was a massive demand for like rank 3s, like they underestimated the demand for them, and this way they've kind of like, oh well, you got a heaps of alts there, like kind of like a plausible deniability, like, oh, there's a bunch of alts there, you can just quickly spend 60 points in and just start pumping them out, and we all know that alt armies are going to be popular, hence the channel. Hello, but I don't know. That's my thoughts. Okay, so we got 60 points in there, and that's basically enough to go and craft using concentration. So we just go up to the skill. You won't be able to see it, but in the tutorial, the theory side of it, you see the screenshots. So I've already worked it out. So once you just get to that stage, 60 points in, and if you're feeling overly excited, you can put in more points into multicraft and ingenuity if you want, because why not? Depends how many alts you have. If you got heaps, if you're going to have 10 like me, it might be like a bit of a chore, but I think over time it's okay to fill up these points, especially if they're just like easy weekly quests, like I'll craft this to get 3 points, and Dark Moon Fair, get another 3 points and some skill, and just take the easy knowledge points, and eventually over time you're going to be able to increase your output. So I believe getting to the minimum build first, and then over time just working from there to the maximum build, and not like stressing out about it too much. But I hope that was like insightful, and gives you a bit of motivation to get your alts in the War Within cranked up, and then pumping out these rank 3 materials, because we all sort of need to work together as goblins. Like the whole stigma about like, oh, I make more gold than you, or like there's we're competing against other goblins, which is kind of true, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's better that we work together rather than against each other. So because we're going to do this with our old armies, we're essentially providing more value to the marketplace, which is good. That's what we want to do. That's going to make the game better for everyone, and it's not all, I've got to get as much money and all this stuff. I've got to get it quick. But it's all about, at the end of the day, is providing value to the marketplace. And spending less than you consume, that's another big one. But I probably rambled on too much for today, but I'm going to catch you later. So see you later. Thanks for watching.